Hello everyone, it's Thomas Ultimate 1213 here, back for another episode of Thrift Store Finds. Today we're going to be looking at some more stuff I got from the thrift store, and I hope you enjoy. So first we're going to take a look at two VHS tapes I got. Both were got on separate occasions. The first one is a Best of Percy tape, and this was mostly purchased because I needed a replacement copy. I do have this tape already, it's just that my older ones had the tape snap, like it snapped in half. It still plays, but I can't really play the whole thing because I taped it up, but it has a lot of trouble going over that part where I taped it up. But so I decided to get another copy. Um, I'll quickly show you the sleeve, and this sleeve's in very bad shape. As you can see, there's a lot of bends and creases there, and just the top of it is in very bad shape, but the rest of it's in very good condition, as you can see. And the back is in very nice condition. It has some little punctures here and there, like um, holes and stuff, but it's not that noticeable. Um, the tape, I have not watched it yet, but it looks to be in good condition. Um, Well, I find interesting, I don't think a lot of the tapes added the Thomas and Friends logo in that position, so I think that's interesting. I'm actually trying to find an HGV copy of this specific tape because thanks to the Solar Island forums, I know one does exist, so hopefully I'll be able to find one. The other tape I have is another tape. I think I showed a different variation of this one I got, but it is the Trust Thomas originally Strand home video release, and I already have a copy of this, but I decided to get it because of the very low price I got it from. I got this at a thrift store for 29 cents, and that's pretty cheap. Most thrift stores charge $1, and I'm very happy to get it for that price. I guess this is sort of just an extra copy. Um, and yeah, again, Strand home video version, and there's the tape itself. I have not watched it yet, but I will soon. And I guess I'm planning on doing I'm thinking of doing a home media review on Trust Thomas of all the releases. I think I need just the VHS copy in the purple sleeve, and then I'll be able to do that so I have every definite copy. And I might try to get a double pack for that, like the double DVDs. Like I think they did one with Thomas Gets Tricked. So if I do find that, I will do it. But yeah, now we're getting into the DVDs. I have two DVDs here. Um, Same as the VHS tapes, they were both purchased on separate occasions. And the first one we have is Percy's Chocolate Crunch. This is an Anchor Bay DVD, and this is in a very good condition. The DVD was $1 at the place that I got it, and they were having a sale, so they put the price down to 50 cents. And there's the disc, and if I show you the disc, I'm very happy to say that this, besides the fingerprint that's on it, there's hardly any scratches at all, which I'm happy about. Um, I've been wanting to get this one on DVD for a while, because has a bit. I really wanted Percy's Chocolate Crunch in general. I wanted to get most of the versions of it since it's a pretty nostalgic DVD release. Because as a child, when I wanted to watch the episode, they haven't aired it on TVO yet, and that was the only station I had that aired Thomas. So we tried to go through hell to find this tape because it was released, but it was hard to find. Went to all these rental stores, went to all these video stores, and nobody had it. But eventually, we found a Blockbuster that had it, because most Blockbusters only carried the James and the Red Balloon tape and some other Thomas tapes. I think one of them was Thomas Gets Tricked, or A Big Day for Thomas, but they hardly had any other releases. But I'm very happy to have that. The other DVD we have is 10 Years of Thomas and Friends. This was more of an impulse buy, so I wasn't planning to get it because this copy is in bad condition. I think there's two versions. There's one with a shiny cover, and then there's this one. There's the spine. I think you can see that it's not in the best of shape, especially near the top. I think the back is like where you can see that's not in the best shape. There's like all this glue residue from stickers. There's all these punctures and stuff in the cover itself. and there's a sticker there. And no, I would definitely not pay that much for it. I paid, I think, $2.50 for this, which is a moderately good deal. Um, there's the disc, and the disc is not in the best condition. It has a few scratches, but it's still in pretty good shape. And I'm happy to have those two. Um, I'm definitely going to be getting a new cover for this one. But yeah, that's those ones. Next thing we have is a book. We have a few books for this one, and this one is Thomas and the Runaway. It is volume 9 in the Railway Series paperback collection. This one is by Christopher Audrey. This is an interesting copy for some reason. I'll show you a couple of the pages. One interesting thing that I noticed is that through a good portion of the book, there's on the second page with the illustrations, the right page, there someone decided to put numbers on all the pages until the end. So I'm not sure why this was done, and then even on the back page it has a number there. I'm not sure why this is done. Maybe it was the person wanted to just have all the numbers on the pages. Maybe it was more of an impulse thing. I'm not sure. But another thing is that this is a UK version of the book, as you can see on this page. It has, let me find it, I saw it before. It says the Fat Controller right there. And I'm not sure if that was a common thing. I know that the Railway series was released in Canada, the smaller book, so think this might be an imported book. Because most books and stuff from the UK, after being published in the UK, are imported into Canada. So I'm guessing that was the thing with the Railway series and these. And I have found a lot of books that were specifically published only in the UK, and yeah, because like with this, and I have found Tug's books in the past, and I know people outside of where I live have in Canada have found Tug's books in the past, so I'm guessing that this is a common thing to have UK books imported into Canada. Next book we have is huge, and I'll probably have to do a cut to show it to you. It is the Thomas and Friends Fun Time book, and I'll have to put it like that, but it is a huge book. I'm going to have to cut from here, go to another area so I can just quickly show you the book. So here is the Thomas and Friends Fun Time book. Yeah, here's the cover. Quickly show you a bit from the inside. This is some information on the book. It says it was first published in Great Britain in 2003 for Egmont Books, and then it has the address of where it was published, and it says stories adapted from Thomas and the Jet Engine and A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter. Photographs copyright Thomas Limited 2002, and Percy and the Ram photographs copyright 1998, and it says all rights reserved. Designed by Linda Males and then Brit Craft Company, and just some information on the ISNB. Has some stuff about who the book belongs to, and I guess some people who owned it, and it just has basic activities, like there's a spot the different things with a horrifying picture of Thomas without his eyebrows. Then there's just some stuff like matching whose face goes with who, and then you get some stories from the book. And this is basically the main idea throughout the storybook. And through once in a while you get a fold out, and then there's more stories in it. Then after a story again, a game, and then there's another story, and more activities, and then that's the end of the book. It's a very nice book for what I paid. I paid $1.50 for it, and yeah, it's a nice book. I haven't heard of this book before I filmed this. I'm guessing since this was a UK only item, but still, it's a very nice book. And maybe if you saw some pictures in here that weren't on the wiki, let me know, and I'll maybe scan them and upload them there. But yeah, I think this is a really nice book, and I'm really happy to add it to my collection. The next item we have is another book. It's a Thomas storybook called The Cranky Day. This is, I think, a republication of book that was already published. And as you can tell, this is an edited cover. The actual version of it is more thick, like it's or wider, as some would say. But obviously, they've updated it with newer images from the show, and there's a superimposed or a crate that's been edited in to make it look like Cranky's hoisting it over the engines. And it's a nice cover design. I think they did a pretty good job on it. They obviously moved the eyes to make it, Thomas and Percy look up. But besides that, it's a just a reprint of the old version that's already, that I think has been around for a while. I'd say since early 2000s. But I think it's the same one. It has 3 stories in there. There's the Cranky Bugs, there's Put Upon Percy and the Lady Hat's Birthday Party, and then at the back of the book it says, has obviously the copyright information. It was made by a company called Joybox. I don't know what the thing that says there. Joybox something, and then it says printed in Canada, Toy Box Intervations. I don't know what the hell that means. Inc. and then marketed Newmarket, Ontario. Then there's just the address and the Hit Entertainment logo. But it's an interesting book. I've never knew this existed. Versions like this existed until now. And yeah, I'm happy to have that to my collection. Another thing that's interesting in compared to the older version is that the pages are made with a glossy sort of paper, and the other ones has like obviously made from like obvious old regular paper, and even the cover has like a gloss to it. I think this was made more of an update to the existing copy. But yeah, that's all the Thomas stuff we have in this episode. And I guess I'll quickly show you 2 other items I have. The first is a Bob the Builder book I purchased called Bob's Favorite Fix-It Tales, and it says 7 stories in one great book. If we look through, it's just mostly a compilation of Bob the Builder stories or episodes. And you can see that it has some pretty cool art on the cover page. And it says there just the contents and the episodes or the stories you get are Bob's Birthday, Scoop Saves the Day, Muck's Sleepover, Dizzy and Muck Work It Out, Bob Saves the Porcupines, Wendy's Big Game, and Rolly and the Rock Star. And it's just basically the books. I'll just show you some pages, except they're just all compiled in one. And there's like the cover of the book separates them. And yeah, it's a pretty nice book. I really like the edited artwork that they do. Nothing beats the classic stop motion stuff. And I think it's excellent book compared to the newer Bob the Builder productions that we've seen today. And yeah, I quite like it. I'm very happy to add that to my collection. And the final item in this video that I purchased at the same thrift store as the Bob the Builder book, I found a Pingu book called Pinga's Lost Rabbit. I don't think this was actually published here, since it has the CBBC logo at the top. And CBBC wasn't really in Canada. It's not really a common station. It's a specialty station under BBC Kids. But I'm guessing that must have been printed there, or I guess somebody went to the UK, bought one, and then after donated it to the thrift store. But here's the cover of the book, and unlike Pingu, it doesn't say like what the characters are saying, mostly just describes what's happening. Has some nice images from the show, and yeah, it's a nice book, I guess. I mean, that's a really expensive kids book, but yeah, it's a nice book. Happy to have that in my collection, and I'm happy that you've watched this episode of Thrift Store Finds. And I'm happy that you have watched this episode of Thrift Store Finds with me. I'm Thomas Ultimate 1213, and hopefully the next installment is coming soon. I can't really do these too fast due to the fact that I don't know what I'm going to find at the thrift store, but I definitely hope you enjoy. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and like the video. And yeah, I guess this is the end. Thomas Ultimate 1213 saying signing off and saying bye for now.